You might want to, be a little bit careful with that.
Now, will Chovy play Draven mid against Faker is the question. The Zeri pick, I think stocks went way up with that Ezreal lock. Can still be technically a flex. And I do think that, it's a bit of a risk to try to play Draven mid when you've got... And Owner was hovering that Shyvana, but he will lock the Lilia here. A very unexpected pick here, very rare and niche. The Ornn feels pretty easy here. You have such an insane front line for a real 80 carry in mid, and then this insanely strong scaling Senna pick that will become this extremely long-range threat that you won't be able to get to very easily because you have to go through the Ornn that will be farming, you have to go through the Cassante, and you're also going to have this Nidalee threat. Fewest games played, he would also reach. So, big milestone here, a little bit tougher to reach on the Senna, but 3 kills is all it's going to take.
Yeah, it actually looks like he's the one putting on the pressure. Faker not really focusing on trading with Chovy, just trying to hit all the CS. Meanwhile, there was a Lista coming through into just the Zeri, which we knew could be flex. As barrier going to have to be used here from Guma. Now he's rooted down. The spear nearly catches him as Guma, just cool as ever, doesn't have to flash or anything, but he is going to be pushed out of this wave.
Yeah, this is really rough. This is not what you want in your Kalista.
He's watching. The knockup's going to come in, a root as well, but this is Mordekaiser, who might just pull someone into the death chamber, as there it is. Lahen's in a bit of trouble, but actually there's just not enough time on the level 6 ult, so Zeus is going to back away. Meanwhile, Fate's Call is going to be used up in the top side, and a lot of action, actually. His owner's on the top side here as well, trying to threaten Keen. All Out is down, but Zeus also being pressured under his turret. Who's going to be the first top laner to fall is really the question as the sleep will come in, but the Senna ult helping a bit. A lot of tanking goes in from Guma as Keen is very low, but no kill just yet. Another plate to go down, and finally it will come through. First blood, and Zeus will go down.
For 2-1 because they get both the first blood as well as those additional plates topside. As Keen plays this incredibly well, pulling Keria into the Fate's Call, essentially, as that's traded there. That means he doesn't have his ultimate for Owner's follow-up here. Has a fantastic flash, though, as Guma takes a ton of aggro. The Senna ult comes through, and then look at the ramping turret damage here this early in the game. Owner loses half of his health bar, but they still juggle the follow-up incredibly well. Guma picks up the kill, will pick up some plate gold. Zeus buys a ton of time here. He's losing a ton of farm, though, at the same time. And will be Pays picking up plates in the exchange. He almost gets out here, but is eventually run down.
I think if he does here, trying to get some of their own, and Guma forced to flash down on the bottom side by himself.
But with that, Chovy has an item, though. He's going to put more pressure on. A lot of stats in that Shiv, as well as extra wave clear. Baker storm a few times in this lane. Took back control, now weathering again as Keria comes up.
Now Chovy is Zeri.
Your Zeri's on a Shiv, and you don't want to fight into Kalista comp right then. That's a phosphorus bomb hitting for T1, even though the Corki isn't quite online. I think Gen.G should respect it.
Faker doing a bit of damage, but also either way, we are going to get this TP up from the side of Zeus, as it does look like they do want to go for the fight. Keen just in the front line trying to zone this one away as the smite, where will it go? It does go to Gen.G as Lens is in the death chamber, but he is still alive. Zeus in that front line trying to take down this Ornn and might be able to, but no, does get rooted up. Meanwhile, Keen will go down. Faker does pick up that kill.
Spear poke, but otherwise not too impactful as Keria. Ooh.
Yeah, it's going to be a catch here on a Keria, who is in a bit of trouble as the Fate's Call will have to be used and does get him out of dodge. Meanwhile, Keria elects to go back in.
So a little bit of indecision.
Looks like Gen.G do want to fight for this, actually. They see Owner starting it. A bit of poke already coming down on Owner. That's a massive spear getting him down towards half health, as maybe T1 will reconsider. But no, they've got all 5 members around this area. So now Lehens is going to walk towards it. Kalista, got to be careful about that, as Guma will punish.
Here's land. That's Dragon going over, and Keen's pushing forward.
Yeah, Keen trying to catch Faker. That's not going to work out. Now he just gets hooked and has to flash away. The sleep is coming in, and Keen is just dead, as Owner will pick up that kill. Keen very over-aggressive in that moment, trying to start a fight onto Valkyrie. Corki, as now Gen.G still trying to fight for this one 4v5. They have the poke, but at the end of the day, they're just going to have to give it up.
His ult is almost here, but I think without it, you just can't win this one. You got to leave with his extendo. This might be a bridge too far.
Yeah, they're actually trying to ult this as well. Just Is it actually a zoning ult? I mean, they've got Senna here, they've got Orin. They're just trying to cut T1 off from...
Do some fancy footwork there, but if you end up trying to take Baron and failing, the game basically ends as Hook comes through.
Yeah, that is Lehens. He's got some backup this time around. There have been a couple of awkward moments. Now the ult is going to be sent into the Orin as now the TP comes in. Lehens is dead though. I mean, this is no way for him to get out. That's a pick on a Lehens, and now T1 absolutely could consider this Baron, but still a very even game, and it looks like they just want to go for mid tier 1 instead. Guma just going to flash because he went the wrong way.
Yeah,
want him to go very fast to mid, I guess. And, well, he will get in there as Keen going to be pulled back by the Mordekaiser.
That combo very difficult to steal this one away as T1. Chovy?
Oh, the ult here from Carrier. They're going to catch Chovy, and he should be going down. Down he goes. As meanwhile, Gen.G trying to do something in mid, but Guma's just hopping away. Keen trying to go 1v3 here, nearly takes down Faker. But at the end of the day, it's 2 kills for the side of T1. Carrier still on the chase here. Lehens in a lot of trouble against this Kalista, and slowly and surely he's going to survive.
We're going to come over here and contest this. Lehens has no ult, though. This is going to be a Hail Mary. He has Smite, but no flash.
Yeah. How does he get over the wall? Well, I guess he's just going to try to walk in from the top side. That's not going to happen. I think he might just have to go over to Canyon on the steal as the spear really catches it. But no, with the Kalista.
Jungle trying to take away that blue buff. As it all comes down to this moment from Carrier, he's got flash, flashes, ults, hooks him, calling out. He has no flash as they focus on. He's just watching. He's watching his Kalista on the other side. That's a support AD carry duo right there.
But it really feels like today he's got his head on straight, and if he's got that, well, I say that now he's a bit caught alongside Aguma as they're trying to get onto Aguma. Carrier is just going to get fates called away, and double TP are coming in. T1 trying to turn the fight as the ult goes in. The death chamber on a Chovy, and this front line, that third triple knockup comes in from Keen as he's going to knock that one. Faker's just chasing Canyon into the jungle, but he's not going to help out his team until right now. Misses the Valkyrie over the wall and is not able to get on in there. Not even sure if he wanted to really get on in there as Gen.G, they're turning this game around, trying to take down Owner now, who is a bit alone. Finally, Faker will come over and try to punish, takes out Keen, and he might just have the damage, forces the flash from Pays so that they have to get away from this one. Owner still on the chase, looking for a bowling ball as actually it's Faker who does get in there with one auto.
Lehens?
Yeah, Lehens TPing in, but we have Carrier nearby as well. I think actually Gen.G have to back away from this one.
Yeah, bit of a disaster.
Uh-oh, yeah, Lehens might just be dead. No flash, and really no hope. Gets a heal from the Nidalee, and then just dies. And the TP, a bit desperate to say the least. T1 still in control.
I mean, these frontliners have been punished so hard by T1 this game. 1 in 5 for Keen, 0 in 3. Lehens caught multiple times this game trying to make plays. Carrier?
Yeah, speaking of trying to make plays, we saw a pretty good one from Keen in the last fight, but
he's somewhat tanky and can really set up big ultimates, especially when he has flash like he does now.
All right, let's see the angle here. Carrier's on the backside, will flash over the wall as now maybe a sleep to come in. That did hit 2 people, but that is just Cassante. Now the turn coming in, and Carrier's way too far forward, but he's very tanky. Does he have the items? And yeah, he's got Fate's Call as well as Owner trying to chip away at that front line. But Carrier is too far in the front, and down he will go. Lehens and Keen still alive.
Level 18 Chovy, front to back.
He's waiting. He is waiting. He's hunting for that moment. Another spear is going to land, and here comes Chovy over the wall just to immediately be put in the death chamber up against the Mordekaiser. Gets countered by the Mordekaiser. Owner going in by himself. Keen does take down one, but he will fall as well, and now Owner on the chase here. Should eventually be able to take these 2 out, I would imagine, or at least keep them around in time for Guma to come over.
Great ultimate there from Zayas. He won't have it for this one to keep Canyon out of the pit. He doesn't have flash, so it's a one-way trip.
Faker's just so bad. I mean, like, he's disabled a Valkyrie into people now. He's 5-0-7 matching Owner, who's also throwing bowling balls over the wall.
He's so late.
So low. Yeah, there's just no way Gen.G can get in.
T1, I feel like, pretty much locked this one up. Looking back at this fight, Keria goes in super deep, right? And it looks like, okay, the front to back is online. FaZe and Chovy are going to get it done. But it's the ult from Zeus that happens in the moment's time here after Keria goes down. When Chovy chases and goes in, that just prevents him from really getting any value in this fight. It talked about how there's not great targets. It's hard to get on top of the Zeri as the Mordekaiser. But if the Zeri gets on top of you, then it's a lot easier. And then Chovy is just instantly out of the fight. FaZe is trying to offer back some additional damage, but it's really just his ult. There's too many threats here, and Owner's Leandri's damage is just taking on everybody as Faker, with that assistance of Zeus pulling Chovy out of the fight, is able to help clean up house, and Owner almost goes down here, but is able to buy enough time, as you say, for those 80 carries to
pretty much on the doorstep of winning game number 1. They haven't taken an inhibitor yet, and they still are going up against Ornaments, as Faker's just going to be caught out and just killed. Down he goes, right as I was saying it. Gen.G trying to fight their way back into this game, as they do get that pick, and now Keria just going to try to peel for the team.
Sole point here for T1. And
yeah, that Owner is just going to be pulled back into the team. The Cassante gets the jump on him, and Owner is dead.
But again, it's so risky. By the way, 1,000 kills, fewest games, youngest player. FaZe gets it done here. He's the one that secures that one. We're really pushing the train almost all the way to the station. They had the snowball rolling. This is just a little bit too greedy. You don't have full vision of this area. It's Ocean Rift. There's a lot of bushes, but this was unfortunately a big overstep from Owner. That's the Dragon going over. They get no
kind of outlast. It just goes the distance, and it just keeps on going. The Senna, the unlimited scaling, and the Ornn with all the ornaments, you just get kind of out of control eventually, and Gen.G are so good against really strong teams.
Still interesting. It's not over yet, but Gen.G making the plays.
Yeah, they're trying to isolate this front line, actually, trying to get on top of the Mordekaiser, but now Faker going to go into the fight and immediately just die, as Chovy will take him down and punish Faker in the mid lane, as now Zeus has to go into this one. We do have a sleep as well. Lilia, Owner trying to do the damage, but this front line is just so tanky. Owner, though, going to go golden. Is it enough? As Guma soloing down Keen. It's a very close fight, but at the end of the day, you see Chovy and you see FaZe on nearly full health. And Gen.G, it looks like they may have just done it again.
Yeah, looks like they may have. It's been a few games this season that Gen.G been brought to the brink. It looks like maybe it's another win, it's another loss for Gen.G, but maybe it's not today, maybe it's not in this first game. That means T1 will have some extra bastions of defense, but look at how awkward this setup is here for T1. Owner goes up to try to clear the wave. He's completely away from his team. While this is going down, Faker's not here.
Valkyrie into the fight?
Yeah, you Valkyrie forward here, you're doomed. But he has to try to close the gap, because if he doesn't get any closer, he's doomed. I mean, damned if you do, damned if you don't. If he just walks away there, they lose the 5v4. I don't think he should have Valkyried in. I'm not going to defend it. But I also think that he realized the panic of the really bad setup his team had there, while Owner is just going up as Lilia to clear the wave. Sloppy setup here for T1, and they just get pulled apart.
They only got one grub, you remember from the early game where not a lot was happening. But take a look at the actual human nexus that is FaZe right now. He is a turret, and nobody can get on top of him. Nobody can close the gap between them and the Senna, and everybody on the side of T1 is just taking massive poke damage. Nobody can escape the wrath that is FaZe right now. And, you know, he's got 1,000 kills. He's got over 1,000 assists now as well in the LCK. And Gen.G, off of the backs of him in this very strong late game comp, might just end the game here. Keria, desperate to try to stop the push from coming in. Faker doing a lot of damage, but immediately the heals come in.
So many minions starting to stack up here. Great front line. FaZe could just hit Faker from so far away.
Yeah, there's just no way for him to ever fight that 1v1. Keria trying to stop the wave. Guma trying to do it as well. As down will go Chovy, but there's a second, even stronger AD carry that's left over. It is FaZe on Senna. As okay, got a little sleep coming in. Trying to delay. Faker trying to get on in here, but Owner just falls, and immediately Faker will as well. Canyon might go down. No, he is actually going to live somehow. Gen.G take game 1 in 42 minutes.
풀 조심해. 릴리아 근데 스택 없으면 진짜 개쓰레기야.
야, 내 앞에 이거 릴리아 풀 있어. 릴리아 풀 있어. 아, 잘할 수 있어.
칼리 노공이야. 칼리 노공. 노틸 노플이고.
천천히 이거 각 벌리면서.
개인 형 노틸 끌고 와도 돼.
아, 나 그냥 이거 릴리아 그렇게 막 할 테니까 타워 쳐봐.
릴리아 없어. 각 벌려. 각 벌려.
힐 놔줘. 힐 놔줘.
각 벌려.
타워 쳐야 돼. 타워 쳐야 돼.
칼리 노플. 칼리 노플.
3보자.
칼리 노플. 야 릴리아 큐플 조심해. 어우씨 맞출 수가 없네. 타워 쳐.
타워. 야, 코르키 집가야 돼. 코르키. 릴리아. 나 있으면 걸려.
타워 쳐 끊어. 타워 쳐 끊어.
끝나는 거 맞죠? 끝나. 나이스. 나이스. 하나 더 이제?
오야 세나 몇 스택이야.